I constantly need to remind myself that this is what life's all about. This is what life's all about. Peace, tranquility, at one with nature, not being submerged and consumed by information. So that's what I want to talk to you today about. Again, information. It really is a problem for me, dealing with the amount of information that we are subjected to. And I know for many other people it is as well. However, it is in being able to acknowledge that and realising that we can limit and choose which information we want to engage with. So, I've remarked on a number of videos recently how I'm not necessarily comfortable with many aspects of this awakened movement, how I perceive how large swathes of it seem to have morphed into this fear-ridden, paranoia-driven siege mentality type thing. I left Facebook a good few months ago now. At the time I thought I'd just leave it for 30 days and then review, but I got to the point where I realised I really didn't need Facebook in my life. By that point I'd moved over to Telegram, and initially I think Telegram was useful, and I have met some great people on Telegram, and there are some great people on Telegram, but the problem is that it's very difficult with the amount of information and posts, videos that are posted on there. It's very difficult to sift out the hidden gems, to find the people who have the things to say that are really going to make a difference. Now, like I say, I did manage to find a few of those people, but it's becoming increasingly difficult. Clearly, there's a level of infiltration. Those groups have been infiltrated, but you know, you would expect that, wouldn't you? But the sense I get is that there is a tendency for amongst many people who are unhappy with our situation, who are dissenting, doing all the things that need to be done. There seems to be this tendency to focus on worst case scenarios, to obsess about what's going to happen, and not really to find any reasons to be positive, to acknowledge any reasons to be positive, let alone come up with solutions. And sorry, just let me adjust that. And I'm fed up of it, to be honest with you. I'm absolutely fed up of it. So I've left all the Telegram groups now. I'm going to say I'm fed up of it. It actually affects you. It affects me. This attack via information, this constant barrage of information, just entering your brain 24/7. It's not healthy. It's not good. And that's why I'm doing this video. And I feel that layer by layer, I am kind of returning to where we should really be. You know, a life without the internet. I feel that I'd be pretty confident of making a case how the internet, for all its benefits, has created or has enabled a deteriorating society. So, and the other thing with information is you can easily fall into the trap of never switching off, of always thinking you've got to do something right now, and not giving yourself the time that we all need to recharge our batteries, to step back from the situation. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. What war was ever won by soldiers fighting 24 hours a day? I tell you what war, no war, because it's impossible. And this is a war. And whilst we may not be soldiers in the traditional manner, we are the ones carrying the torch for freedom and liberty. We need to make sure that we look after our own health, that we find the peace and the calmness and the tranquility and absorb ourselves in it. And I'm doing this video I'm doing this video for me, really, to really reflect where I am right now. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of you as well will relate to what I'm saying. And please put in the comments below what you think about the awakened movement. Do you see it as is it a force for good overall, or is it contributing to more fear and more division? Is it becoming a little deranged itself, lacking in perspective and lacking in solutions? So please leave a comment and let me know. Now, my YouTube channel, I'm going to do a separate video about what this YouTube channel is. But I think instinctively all the subscribers I have so far know what it's about. But I'm going to clarify even more, so then maybe you could share my video, because I feel there's a real, let's call it a gap in the market for what is it I do, right? Well, it's called The Imperfect Individual. So my angle on life and my angle on this situation that we're in has always been to look at myself as an individual, and then to look at all the other individuals that make up a society. So I question people. I question, why are people behaving as they are behaving? Is it because they've forgotten all about the crucial importance of acting as a sovereign individual? Have they forgotten the power that they have as an individual? So I essentially try to remind people of that. I try to stimulate debate. And the other aspect to it as well is that life for me should be about ideas, not ideologies, and how it's actually quite cowardly to attach to an ideology, to somebody else's idea, without trying to formulate your own. So what I try and do with this YouTube channel, that I don't really see in many of the other groups, and there's some big names on YouTube as well, actually, and it's absolutely fine, don't get me wrong, but people I followed, and I've got to the point with them that, yeah, okay, but where is it? Have you got anything positive to say? Or are you just playing on the old adage that bad news sells? Because let's be honest, it does. People love bad news. There's something deeply psychological about it. Yet there are many who are crying out for some balance, some perspective, some good news, which is there to be found in amongst all the bad news. So that's what I try and do. So if it's debate, if it's ideas, if it's reminder about the strength and power of the individual, if it's perspective, if it's resilience, if it's pessimism balanced out by optimism, and optimism balanced out by pessimism, if it's balance that you're looking for, and not just reverting to worst case apocalyptic scenarios all the time, then that's what this YouTube channel is about. That's what I try and do. I will have days where I am pessimistic, and I will tell you I'm not feeling good. I will have days where I'm optimistic and I'm on top of the world, and I'll also have days where I'm feeling very objective and I think I can see things clearly, and I will give a very balanced appraisal of what I think is going on. So there's some emotion in it as well, of course. So if you know anyone who is crying out for that type of content, some balance and perspective, then tell them about this channel, because I do believe I can help. Just let these cars go past. That's what I try and do. And on that note, again in the comments, if anybody has got any recommendations of any people to follow, maybe any podcasts, anything at all that fits the bill of what I've just been talking about there, then again please let me know, because it certainly certainly helped me, because I often get to the point where you start following a particular person, and again they just tend to revert to doom and depression. And now the other thing I wanted to talk about is people around us. Because I noticed the same thing. We seem to be able to divide people into three. Those who will just bury their head in the sand right up until the moment that the absolute worst thing happens. The kids get taken off them, or someone sticks a gun against their head, and it's only then that they go, oh shit, why didn't I do something? So there's still loads of them. There are those who are aware of the problem and looking to politicians to solve it for them. And there are those who are aware of the problem and who will shout and scream about it being everyone else's fault, yet they don't think that they should have to do anything about it themselves. And it's really frustrating me, which is why the ones who I've connected with, my subscribers, you guys, the ones who can acknowledge a problem, yet still be the light, still follow the light, keep a level head, be able to have a debate. We disagree with each other. I've had comments that disagree, and it's totally fine. That's what I want. You guys shine out like a beacon. Honestly, you really do. And for the rest, one of the absolute perils of our age is this obsession that people have with regard to politics. It's infected and poisoned everything. I mean, check out my video last night called England and Englishness is Under Attack. I'll put a link in the description if you want to have a look at what politics can do. But it's infected and poisoned people's lives to the extent that many people at the same time attack politicians for what they have, in their perception, done to the world, yet at the same time expect politicians to lead the way to a brighter future. Well, it doesn't work like that, because political power should neither be attacked or sought. The solution, and it is so simple, comes back to the imperfect individual again, is for individuals to pursue their own meaning and live free lives individually, not looking to other people, let alone politicians, to inform their direction of travel in their lives. No, that's the problem. Yeah, here we are, 18 months down the line, with people doing exactly that. Deep psychological malaise in so many different ways. And just to end on this note, is that I've also recently, after I've had many months of feeling very psychologically strong and resilient, had a dip, felt a little bit emotionally kind of heightened emotions, and maybe feeling a little bit more pessimistic, and the anger building again. And I look at myself and think, yeah, do I have madness within? God, yeah, absolutely. But what I've learned in life is that the madness that can engulf an individual has nothing on the madness and insanity and lunacy that can engulf a society, that can engulf a population. And what we must do is try to understand our madness when it emerges, when it rises up from within us, when we feel like we're going mad. And I know that we all feel like this. Try to understand it. I think that's what only some of us try and do. And we look at a world and a society and people amongst us who are displaying levels of insanity that outstrip even the most nightmarish dystopian levels of insanity that we can ever conceive of, yet seemingly never acknowledging or reflecting or wanting to bring about a change to something more sane. That's where the frustration lies. That is where we need to remove ourselves, and from that, remove ourselves from information, remove ourselves from a crazy, insane environment, seek calm, remind ourselves of the innate power that we do still have as individuals. Take some time out when we need to. Connect with those of us, amongst us, who are approaching this in what I see as the correct way. Level-headed, perspective, resilience, conversation, challenging ourselves as much as other people. That's how I see it. Right, I'm going to end it there. I'm going to continue on the rest of this walk. This is the first of, according to the weather forecast, many days of beautiful summer weather coming up. I've got a few days away on Friday and I can't wait for that. Hope all you guys are good. Don't forget to subscribe. Share this video with anybody who you feel may benefit from it. And I'll speak to you all soon. Have a great rest of the day. Bye bye.